This is completely different to the first one I had. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have a new bottle here in my cask, as most often, and this time it's a Benriach. It's a cask strength bottle, and this one is not a one-time cask strength as the vintage bottlings from Benriach had been. This is a regularly available cask strength without an age statement on it. It's labeled with batch number 1, so you can imagine there will be a batch 2, 3, and so on in later times. And this bottling is intended to be a standard bottle so that the consecutive bottlings 2, 3, 4 should taste comparable to this bottle. So what I'm tasting here will be, well, give you a good indication how the next batches will taste. This bottling has 57.2% ABV and is priced between 60 and 70 euros, pounds, dollars. And well, another NAS bottle? Well, not quite. Benriach is filling its whiskey, its raw whiskey, into the casks as all others do at 63.5. This is an ancient measure because when casks were swapped between the companies for blending purposes, then you do not have to measure the content of the casks. The casks were approximately the same size or volume, and the alcoholic content should be the same if the cask had been the same age. So you could swap 10 casks or 100 casks 3 years old against another 100 casks of 3 years old, and the alcoholic content, which reduces over the years, should be the same. Comparable casks, comparable ABV from the beginning. So 57.3 had been the former measure for 100 proof. This imperial measure for the alcoholic content or alcoholic, well, percentage in a liquid, and this has 57.2. This is an arbitrary ABV. This is not diluted with water to this strength. This is a natural reduction, and the mixture of the casks resulted in this ABV. Since 2009, the regulations in the malt whiskey or Scotch whiskey regulations passed by, well, by whom? By the ministry, said if you're writing cask strength on a bottle, you may mix casks but not add water. So the alcoholic content may be an average of every cask you mix into this batch, but you aren't allowed to dilute it further to a constant high proof. So if you're reading on a bottle this is high strength or high proof, then they even have diluted it with water. So this one not. And if you're losing so many percentage points, then this whiskey has to have quite an age. So this is not only 3 years and a day, this is older, because the ABV had reduced quite a lot. So 8 to 10 years should be. Let's have a look. Cask strength batch number 1. This complex single malt has a creamy, delicate taste and aroma that truly captured the Benriach character with a classic combination of orchard fruits, vanilla, toasted coconut, and sweet barley. So this is intended to represent the distillery character, and this leads to the next batches, which shall represent the same character as well. This complex single malt has a creamy, delicate taste and aroma that truly I had that. Combination of orchard fruit, blah, blah. Color, gleaming harvest gold with a burnished copper edge. This bottle is not colored, artificially colored, and had no chill filtration. So this is the true color it received from the casks. Nose: sweet toasted oak spices interwoven with roasted orchid fruits and dusted with cracked barley. Black vanilla pods, desiccated coconut, and a gentle floral note add complexity to the ripe, fruit-laden nose. Taste: an excellent example of the delicious Benriach character. Creamy heather honey pours over a medley of apple, pears, and apricots. Those light fruits like apple, pears, apricots shows that this is not a very old, oxidized whiskey, but quite a younger one. Yeah. But the color says, well, I'm older than you think, and the cask strength, the high strength at cask strength, or the relatively low high strength of the cask strength, shows that it has quite a few years in the cask. Subtle notes of candied peel and fresh ginger give a delicate warmth, lead to a classic combination of vanilla, toasted coconut, sweet barley, in the luscious, velvety finish. So here we go. There's more? No, everything the same. Yeah. And here, the underwriter had been Billy Walker, and I sat with him at the Highland dinner at Black Castle in April at the Keepers of the Quaich meeting. So you're hearing a lot. This is the second drum I'm nosing on, and now there is some caramel and vanilla developing. In the beginning it was quite closed. This vanilla and caramel didn't appear. Now it's better, and it's really strong, so that the fruity and floral aromas are covered by this caramel and vanilla. Really strong. This is completely different to the first one I had. Now the fruitiness, the apples come through, and some, well, roasted toast, brown toast. There should be this roasted barley. Yeah, but I'm not able to find the coconut. So I still have a whiskey to go today. Yes, this is the first one. So I have to dilute it. Otherwise, this high strength would burn my tasting buds on my tongue, and then everything would be very complicated with the second malt I have to taste. A lot lighter, more of fruit. Those apples, a little sourness appearing, peaches, apricot, I don't know, probably. And a light sweetness, probably this honey note, even when I'm not able to find the honey or the heather honey. Now the vanilla and caramel fades away and the fruitiness takes over. Yeah. The taste is very, not watery, weak, creamy, light. But in front of my tongue there's a spicy ginger note, which fades away quite fast. A little sweetness in my mouth, and the aftertaste is developing, getting less, not too long, and the coconut still not there. And now the vanilla and the fruitiness combines. So there have to be first fill ex-bourbon casks in this mixture, and probably the color would come from one sherry cask, first fill sherry cask, on a say 20 or 2 dozen normal ex-bourbon and second fill ex-bourbon casks. But it's not that sherry fruity. This is distillery character fruity. So this one is a little pricey for the no age statement, but it's cask strength, and it comes from a distillery which behaves as like an independent bottler does, because with those many different bottlings, and this one is the first cask strength bottling which will stay for a longer time, and probably the first collectors are rushing for the batch number 1, and in 1-2 years, when the first demand is reducing, then the price will reduce with it as well. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned as always, and please give me your thumbs up and add your comments and your wisdom about these bottles in our forum on Whisky.com and in our whiskey database, where all these bottles are just put in from us so that you can add your tasting notes. Thank you very much for watching.